Okay, we've seen this before. Let's skip. Book 1 spans a period of several months on a world where seasons last for years at a time. The action begins in the unified Seven Kingdoms of Westeros. As the long summer ends and winter draws near,
And winter is coming.
Lord Eddard Stark is asked by his old friend and current king, Robert Baratheon, to serve as the Hand of the King following the death of the previous Hand of the King, Jon Arryn.
Tell me about Jon Arryn.
One minute he was fine, and then burned right through him, whatever it was. I loved that man.
We both did.
I need you, Ned. Down at King's Landing, not up here where you're no damn use to anybody. Lord Eddard Stark, I would name you the Hand of the King.
Ned is reluctant at first, but receives intelligence suggesting that Jon Arryn was murdered. Ned accepts Robert's offer, planning to use his position and authority to investigate the murder. Meanwhile, to the east of Westeros, over the Narrow Sea in Essos, the exiled children of House Targaryen, which Robert destroyed to claim the throne, are plotting to return to Westeros and unseat the usurper. To this end, Viserys Targaryen arranges the marriage of his sister Daenerys to Khal Drogo, the leader of the 40,000 Dothraki warriors, in return for the use of his warriors in invading Westeros. For her part, Daenerys just wants to find a safe refuge far away from King Robert's assassins and her brother's scheming ambition.
He's a savage, of course, but he's one of the finest killers alive. And you will be his queen.
Heading back to Westeros in the capital of King's Landing, King Robert has been fatally struck by a boar and killed. He gives Ned the responsibility of the throne until his oldest son Joffrey is of age.
You damned fool.
Paper and ink on the table. Write down what I say. In the name of Robert and the House Baratheon, first of... You know how it goes. Fill in the damn titles. I hereby command Eddard of House Stark, titles, to serve as Lord Regent and Protector of the Realm upon my death, to rule in my stead until my son Joffrey comes of age.
I wonder, Sir Barristan, who gave the king this wine?
His squire, from the king's own skin.
His squire. The Lannister boy.
Such a dutiful boy to make sure his grace did not lack refreshment. I do hope the poor lad does not blame himself.
Ned begins to become suspicious of Cersei Baratheon, King Robert's wife. He believes that Jon Arryn found out that Cersei's children were not Robert's, hence not having any claim to the Iron Throne.
When the king returns from his hunt, I'll tell him the truth. You must be gone by then. You and your children. I will not have their blood on my hands.
Cersei, wanting to protect the truth, has Ned imprisoned after he lied publicly saying Joffrey is not the rightful king of the Iron Throne.
Commander! Take the Queen and her children into custody. Escort them back to the royal apartments and keep them there, under guard.
Men of the watch!
I want no bloodshed. Tell your men to lay down their swords. No one needs to die.
I did warn you not to trust me.
Ned is given two options. Take the black, being stripped of all ranks and titles, or be killed for treason. Ned agrees to take the black, however Joffrey, not wanting to seem weak in front of his people, has Ned executed anyway. Ned is killed, starting the War of the Five Kings.
The throne passes to his brother, Lord Stannis.
Time has come to choose. Let no man claim ignorance as an excuse.
Saving the Seven Kingdoms from Cersei and delivering them to Stannis.
He is the rightful heir. Nothing can change that.
This isn't about the bloody line of succession. He's not a king. I am.
The Iron Throne is mine, by right. All those that deny that are my foes.
The whole realm denies it from dawn to the wall. No one wants you for their king.
I did warn you not to trust me.
My king, my king.
So long as I am your king, treason shall never go unpunished.
Power resides where men believe it resides. It's a trick, a shadow on the wall.
You really think a crown gives you power?
I think armies give you power.
Tell Lord Tywin, winter is coming for him.
I thoroughly enjoyed the book. It has memorable characters from the honourable Ned Stark to the charming and witty Tyrion Lannister, complemented by an interesting plot that left me wanting more. Game of Thrones, written by George R.R. Martin, is an extremely complex book with many different themes, the main being loyalty and betrayal. We see this unfold many times in the first book alone. However, I believe the entire series is built from this theme. From Ned Stark honouring the old gods and being loyal to the truth, to Littlefinger betraying him for personal gain, and having a hand in Ned Stark's death. Ned Stark is the embodiment of loyalty. He refuses to take a life without hearing their last words, and being the one to swing the sword.
You understand why I did it,
Jon said he was a deserter.
but do you understand why I had to kill him?
Our way is the old way.
The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
This quote is the first piece of character development we see from Ned Stark, and is one of the most important attributes he has. Ned believes in the ways of the old gods and the first men, who would not use an executor to execute someone. In this example, we see how strongly he believes in honour and loyalty, as he explains to Bran, his youngest child, why he had to execute the man. He encourages this belief for all of his children with the purpose of it making them better men, as they are able to respect and understand the men they might have to execute. Another great example of loyalty shown in Game of Thrones is the origin of Jon Snow's mother, and how the loyal Ned Stark took all the discrimination and disrespect for having a bastard son. Ned leaves to fight alongside Robert after Robert receives word that Lyanna Stark, Ned's sister, has been raped and kidnapped by Prince Rhaegar Targaryen, starting Robert's rebellion. As Robert had planned to marry Lyanna and loved her, we learn from Bran through a vision that Robert's rebellion was built on a lie.
Jon isn't really my father's son. He's the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and my aunt Lyanna Stark.
Mother, maiden, crone, stranger, I am hers, and she is mine, from this day until the end of my days.
Is Aegon Targaryen?
Robert's rebellion was built on a lie. Rhaegar didn't kidnap my aunt or rape her. He loved her.
Promise me, Ned.
I promise.
Ned did not return with a bastard son, he returned with Lyanna and Rhaegar's son, Aegon Targaryen. Lyanna died after giving birth. Ned, knowing if Robert found out Jon was a Targaryen, he would have to kill him. He claimed it was his bastard son. Ned never told anybody about the truth about Jon, staying loyal to his sister's last wish, but betraying his friends at the same time and lying to everyone. Game of Thrones uses betrayal as a way to ensure the story stays fresh and exciting. Lord Peter Baelish, Master of Coin, a family friend of the Starks, promised Catelyn that he will watch over Ned and protect him in King's Landing. We later learn that Littlefinger was not there to protect Ned, but to spy on him and sell that information to Cersei.
You're done with it.
Why? It's never truly answered why Littlefinger would betray the Stark, except to gain power or control. Within King's Landing, he lured Ned Stark into the throne room, where Ned planned to overthrow Joffrey and Cersei with force, but was outplayed when the Gold Cloaks, the royal guards, attacked and killed all of the Stark men, with Littlefinger having a knife to his throat, saying,
I did warn you not to trust me.
The only person who knows of Littlefinger's true intentions is Cersei, who won't say anything as long as he keeps providing her with information, and Ned, who is now in a dungeon underground far from any of his friends or loyal companions. After Ned is killed, Littlefinger takes the head to Catelyn Stark, trying to comfort her. I believe Littlefinger had Ned captured and killed so he could have a chance to marry Catelyn, the girl he had always loved, but in doing so he betrayed the Starks and brought chaos upon the realm. What makes this betrayal so hard to understand is that he got away with it and the Starks believed he tried everything to do to keep Ned alive, which the reader knows is not true. In conclusion, Game of Thrones utilizes loyalty and betrayal as its main driving force to keep the story moving. Both loyalty and betrayal are important character traits that define a character's entire legacy in the story. The Game of Thrones is an extremely complex book with many different themes and characters that help to enhance the story of Game of Thrones, making it one of the most memorable series.